Namaste, gods, goddesses, and emissaries of light. This is Dr. Tyann Krumpa, and if you are new to my channel, please like, subscribe, and do not forget to hit the notification bell so you can be updated on my latest and my current videos. Welcome, 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 everyone. I'm going to do a quick energetic read for the collective. I'm lighting my candles now. I meant to light those before I started the video, but you know, hey. It is late, so I'm not doing everything so orthodox today or tonight or this morning, wherever side of the world that you're from. All right, so let me tell you before I dive in real quick about my experience at the metaphysical store. So every Thursday I work at the metaphysical store. That's just one of the many hats that I wear. I do readings all day long there, and well, not really all day long, half a day. But anyway, long story short, this man walks up to me, and what are the odds that this man tells me, you know, he says, "Hi, sister." I said, "Hi, brother." That's just our first initial introduction to one another. And he said, "How do you know that you're in alignment with your intuition and that you're being guided in the right direction?" I said, "Because of the way it feels." I said, "If it's fear, then I know it's not my intuition. I know it's more ego, because ego is fear-based. But intuition, even though I may not fully understand or understand why I'm getting it, I know intuitively that I get this inner nudge that is pulling me and that is guiding me to my bliss." So he sat down and he talked to me, and he was like, "There's something that you're trying to manifest. I just want to let you know that this is not a coincidence that we're having this discussion, that you are right in the vortex for that very thing. You just got some old programming you need to clear out." I said, "What books do you read?" He was like, "Well, I'm a part of the Global Information Network." And I said, "You know what? So am I." And so he sat down, he pulled up a chair. Long story short, I feel like it was just in vibrational alignment. Some of people say that it was divine intervention, that God sent him to me to just give me confirmation on how powerful I am. He was like, "You know, this thing that you're manifesting, you know that you're that powerful and that you can manifest it. You just need to clear out some old ideologies, a little bit of stinking thinking that you've been, you know, having in your aura." He was like, "You have a very warm heart." He was like, "You're a reader here, aren't you?" I said, "Yes." "So you're very psychic." And so, long story short, what am I saying? I'm saying that everything that we do, man, the light in here just got brighter, you guys. This light has been so dim for like the last month. And when I was just about to say everything happened for a reason, it got bright. Like the roof was rolled back and the heavens just basically came into my room. I know that might sound dramatic, but that's what I felt. Anyhow, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get into your reading. I'm not going to bore you with my situation, but I just want to tell you that my point is this. When you are on your spiritual journey, you establish what is called a foundation. From that foundation, you build on where you are already standing. And then from there, you will see further. You may not see everything so clearly, why everything is unraveling before your very eyes or unfolding, whichever resonates with your soul at this moment. But source energy is lovingly guiding you and pulling you to your calling and your direction. And sometimes it can cause divisions in the household. Let me go ahead and call in some help. I call in air, fire, water, earth, spirit, and ether. And I also call upon the highest of the highest of the high, which is Yod-Heh-Vah-Heh, who will be able to give me the information that is necessary for this beautiful reading in all directions, time and space, past, present, and future. I call upon your guides from the higher realms, your ancestors and your angels, all from the higher realms, and the person that you are inquiring about. I call upon theirs as well. And so it is. All right. This is a sticky situation that I'm about to tap into. I've already felt the energy of it. And every time I feel the energy of a situation and I feel goosebumps, or I may have some type of like a glimpse of what the reading will be about, or I feel the energy of it and it's very strong and intense like this, I know that this is going to be something that's going to be imminent, like in the immediate future, and that this is going to take place like now, okay? Or it may be something that has already taken place that is still developing into what it needs to be. Sometimes things need to fall apart in order for them to come back together. Sometimes you have to slow down in order to catch back up. And I feel like you're dealing with a person who has been misguided and misled by outside influences, of course, but really ultimately they have no one else to blame but themselves, because you really have to take responsibility, because no one can force you to make any decisions. You are 100% competent and empowered to make your own decisions. And so with that being said, leading the deck, this person has justice in reverse, and this is their energy, which represents abuse, always siding against you with others, and very combative. You may feel like you have not gotten your due justice out of the situation, like you're waiting for your fair share, if that makes sense. I feel like some of you have poured so much into this relationship that you're just waiting for your promise. You're waiting for the deliverance of that promise. For those of you that really resonate with this reading, I'm feeling from the ethers that this may be a marriage. And if it's not a marriage, then it may have been a long-term commitment with this person, or you may have met this person and found out that this was your twin flame. And in the midst of you finding that out, there was like a quick separation between the two. And it may just feel like this person have just been ripped out of your life. You were walking one day and it just seemed like somebody just basically ripped the rug, so to speak, from underneath your feet. Or maybe that the ground basically opened up and the foundation that you had was shaken. Take what resonates, but that is the energy of what I'm getting with this Justice card, with the Three of Swords being here in the upright position. This person is anxiously waiting on their rewards from out of this relationship too. So it's not one-sided. This person feels like they've invested, whether it was emotions, finances, or a combination of both, or even just one's efforts, because efforts count too, you know, and sometimes we overlook a person's efforts. You know, sometimes we make concerted efforts, and people on the other side that are dealing with us in relationships, they feel like they have done the same. Okay. They feel like they have made some very strong efforts and they're waiting for the right time to approach you. This person may be laying low in a cut, so to speak. I know that's kind of like slang, but for those of you that can understand and understand what I am laying down, and if you are picking it up, then you know that this person is just pretty much waiting for the right time to approach you and to come to you in order to work this matter out. Okay, they really haven't made their intentions made known as of yet. You have the Devil in reverse. This lets me know that this person is unwavering in their pursuits of material gain. This person, let's just say that greed has taken over them and basically over their mind. And so in their energy, they have used their means of gains to manipulate and to mastermind and to use it as mind control to control others and to allow others to bend to their will. I feel like this person is up under a hypnotic spell from the lower entities, with the devil being here in reverse. I feel like they're coming out of it. It's not something that they stayed in for a very long time. I feel like there is a lifting of the veil. Like they're starting to really see things as the way that they are. The devil is the great illusionist. He makes and I'm saying he because of the energy of it. Take what resonates. It's just the energy. And I feel with the devil is more of a masculine energy more than a feminine energy. But then again, I feel like it could be both. Okay. It could be both. It's not religious. It's just the energy. It could be feminine too, which could be very deceptive and very cunning. And then it could be masculine too, which can also be very deceptive and cunning. And it just lets you know that it doesn't matter if it's male or female. If you're dealing with a male divine masculine or a female divine masculine, the energy of this card is just speaking to me about deception. Even in this person's wildest dream, to be honest, they still forego telling the lie because they're trying to gain something. When I look at the devil, whether it's upright or in reverse, I'm thinking about still there's something that someone is trying to get out of this situation. You have the king and the queen of swords right next to each other. That represents a divided household. Don't you see that they both have their backs turned to one another? They're supposed to be facing each other. If they were facing each other, then that would be a good sign of both of you being on the same page and making a meeting of the minds. But because you guys are opposite of one another, the king is facing his way, the queen is facing her way, and they both have their swords. Matter of fact, the queen got two. Okay, she double got her walls and her guards up, and it may be for good reasons. Okay, only you and your partner will know. If you're ready for something a little bit more deeper than this general read, I do general energy reads for $50 and it's 20 minutes. So I would recommend that you do that in order for you to gain deeper insights to your own personal situation. But in the meantime, in between time, the King of Swords is here. And I feel like the Queen of Swords represents that energy of basically helping this person divide the household. It takes two to tango. It's not just one-sided. They both have done their due diligence and you both have done your fair share in this separation and dividing the house. And I feel like because there's blood in front of the queen, I feel like she has battled more to keep this together than the king. And if you look at the king, it almost looks like as if he is like basically wearing a mask. Okay. He's working his dark. He's working his light side. So I feel like he's pretty much in the shadows right now of his workings, and his little peasant or peon or whatever you want to call this person that's in front of him is basically his mascot. Okay. Or it's basically his stool pigeon. This person is who he's using as a scapegoat or as a means to not face the reality, the current realities of some of the things that he's dealt out. This could also represent the karmic. Take what resonates. As you can see, this person is basically doing whatever this king wants them to do. But also remember that when we willingly do things for other people and we're so willing and eager to do it, it's not generally, as a general rule of thumb, is not because we just love that person oh so much. It's because we know that we stand to gain something. Okay. And that's what I'm picking up with the energy with this card. I feel like the King of Swords is very narcissistic. Someone who uses their willpower to their own gain and to their own ends. And with the Queen of Swords, I feel like if you look at her, there's no one there with her. And it represents being alone, anxiety, sadness in behalf of your part for the person that's chiming in. Or it can be on the other person's side too, okay? Because this is the general read. So for some of you, like I said again, you may be married, but if you're the woman in this situation, you may feel more like a widow, even though your husband is still alive, because you're dealing with someone that makes you feel like you're throwing all of your burdens and hardship on this person or this relationship. Or it could be that you are carrying all of the hardship and the burden of this relationship. So it's as if you don't have anyone. So you have like the widow's energy, even though your husband is breathing and, you know, he's very much alive in the 3D. It's like almost as if your mate has passed away, or that he's dead, or there may be dead energy in this marriage, or the marriage may be dead, or this union or connection may be dead, okay? Because I realize that not all of you are married. You also have the Death card here, and with the Death card, I'm sensing, since it's in reverse, it represents a bad situation that you both are coming out of. Your person could be coming out of a bad situation. Currently, they could be going through turbulent winds and turbulent changes that are in their life. And after death, there does come life. But since it's in reverse, it doesn't seem like there's going to be your season of weeping just yet. And I feel like you're in this season of weeping and mourning for a reason. I feel like both of you are still in this season of weeping and mourning because there's some things that are between you that needs to be healed. Some of you are still in the grieving process, in the grieving of the loss. I really feel like both energetically and what I'm tapping into, both you and your person in this connection are healing. Because both of you looked at this as a physical and a literal 3D death, okay? A lot of times when you're in a relationship for a very long time with a person and everything starts to unravel and start falling apart, a part of you feel like it's dying in this situation. You know, breakups are not easy. And a lot of people, you know, would say, oh, we'll just get over it. It's not that easy to tell someone to get over someone that they thought that they were going to spend the rest of their lives with, someone that you shared all of your personal secrets with, someone that you basically were intimate with for a majority of you. It's part of, you gave a part of your soul. You gave a part of who you are, the essence and the true essence of who you are to the core of your being, to someone that you thought that would be there forever. So I feel like at this very now moment with the Three of Pentacles being here, it lets me know that there was like a push and a pull between you and this person. It also lets me know that there's a need to pull on your family and outside resources in order to help you. This feels like a literal death, like I said, and even though it's just the death of a relationship, you know, it's time for you two to come back together. It's time with the Three of Pentacles for collaboration and coming together. That's the collaboration card and the coming together card. And 3 represents foundation. Okay, it's time for you to rebuild this foundation together and to work together so that even if you do not agree on certain subject matters, you can just agree to disagree. But there is like a need of some strong balance here. Okay, look at the bottom of the deck. I can't make this up. You have the Temperance card, and the Temperance deals with bringing balance back into a situation. And believe it or not, since this is at the bottom of the deck, basically this is carrying the energy of the whole entire reading. Okay. And at last, you have the 8 of Swords in reverse. This person that you're chiming in on is like just now coming out of some type of bondage, some type of relationship that may not have been a good relationship or toxic relationship, or they may have come out of their own sarcophagus, and they're just at this point where they're starting to come into the light. They're starting to see, and they're starting to think and view things very differently. They're starting to view themselves differently, and they're stepping into this state of sovereign independence. Okay, this person is awakening to their true divine self, and I just see the connection for what it is, and there is hope. Okay, at the end of the storm, there's always that sunshine that comes out to just brighten up the day. And in place where once before it seemed to have been no hope at all, I feel like there's a lot of hope for you and this person. Okay, even if you and your person thought that there wasn't any hope, there is. And I just think that everybody wants to see things their own way. And in this particular situation, you weren't listening to one another. You weren't being attentive. You weren't being open to the other person's needs and wants. And I feel like you both were in that Eight of Swords energy, but you're coming out of it because now you're coming into an awareness where there's a lot of growth that is to be had, and it's time to move forward. You're coming out of that stagnant energy of non-movement. You see what I'm saying? But again, like I said, this person is coming out of the funk, okay? That very low ebb, and just basically needing to go to outside people to gain advice, and not really being their own sphere of influence, but basically looking to others to solve their problems. That's what the Eight of Swords is. You feeling stuck and feeling hopeless and going to everyone else and, looking at them as being the gurus and the mentors when you don't even realize that you are your own guru. This person is their own guru. And now they're coming to basically claim what was rightfully theirs, what they feel that was rightfully taken away from them, whether they took it away by their indecisions or actions or inactions. It doesn't matter. The point is the connection with this person is about influence. It's about outside resources no longer having the effect on them, or them no longer relying upon it. All right, I have come to the conclusion of this beautiful reading. It is a good karma to like, share, comment, subscribe, leave a love donation if you feel inclined to, or you can purchase a gift through my wish list on Amazon and it will appear on the channel. I now wrap you in my love and I cloak you with the light of Christ consciousness. And so it is, everyone. Namaste.